What's up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good night. Let's get a couple quick flights in before bedtime, shall we? So we're just about all set to get going on our first flight already from cold and dark. Actually got everything set up this time, I think, and also figured out the frame rate issues. So let's get to it. Yeah, I guess that would help with it. It's already ready to go on there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did it just say 160 passengers? That's not gonna work. Oh, come on. Why does this happen every time? Well, I was going to do this in the CRJ 200, but if it's not going to cooperate, then we'll go to something else. I do not understand why it does this half the time. Man, oh man, why does this happen at the start of every one of my streams? This frickin' plane just refuses to turn on. Chat. It's bullshit, I tell you. Look at that, it just refuses to turn on. Oh, wait. Magically turned on. Waiting cold and dark. Engines, landing lights off. Yeah, this is weird. There's a handful of lights that are already selected on this thing. Alright. Main battery on. There we go. I'm gonna have to shut up my phone. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I really wish I felt like spending $20 on the not default sound pack, because this is not the way the real plane sounds, and the custom sound pack sounds really good, but not with a new game coming out on Tuesday. Ain't gonna happen. Let's get some lights on this plane. There's the APU spun up. Let's bring that generator online. And we can get the air flowing for the passengers in the back. Let's open up the doors. Tell them boarded up.
No problem.
Alrighty, let's get things a-rolling. Let's get the nav aligning, because that takes a hot second. KTPA. Drag that down. That's getting going. Alright, nav lights should be on. Logo light should be on this time of night. Got that logo light on. Let's get the iPad ready to go. I can throw the route in from the iPad. So flights, we can get rid of that one. Okay, maybe I can't really put it in from the iPad because the route it's showing me makes no sense. So we're gonna pull up the flight plan here. There we go. So we're doing Tampa to Miami this evening. So KTPA, KMIA, and we are going to be AC. So ASQ 5400. We're keeping it simple. On departure, we're going to be doing the Gandhi. I'm going to assume it's off 19 right because it's been out of the south the whole evening. We'll go back and change it if we need to. So we got the Gandhi via Subby off 19 right. After Subby, we're going to Barry. B-A-R-R-Y. Was spelled normally right? No, it was not. It's two A's, Barry. We're doing Barry. And then a fix that's on the arrival, so it's way easier to just go grab that arrival. So the Scott via CYY, which is not an option. Interesting. Is it already there? Select bags. There it is. So Sabi, Barry, CYY for the Scots 5. Sabi, Barry, Scots 5. That looks good. Thrust limit page. It is 30 degrees down in Tampa. Let's see if this decides. Hey, it's gonna work today. Amazing. Squawking 1200 for starters because we're not going to be talking to anyone at first, it seems like. And fuel-wise, ramp fuel should be 5,600. We'll round that up to 6,000. On that note, we also should have a takeoff weight of, or ramp weight of 48,356. Right about there. And we can unpause. Passengers are all loaded up. That's good. That needs to go to auto, auto, auto. No smoking sign on. Seatbelt sign can go on. The heck was preparation complete?
Okay, great. We're almost done.
I think that was supposed to be a welcome aboard announcement, so
Hi,
I'll just
Captain.
do one.
All passengers are on board and doors have been closed.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Delta Connection Flight 5400 over to Miami. We'll be pushing off the gate here shortly. Once airborne, it's going to take us about 47 minutes in the air to get to Miami this evening. It is a little stormy all over the place, so we are expecting some bumps. Having said that, it's very likely that the seatbelt sign is going to remain on the entire way there this evening. Do apologize for that inconvenience, but it is for your safety and also the flight attendant's safety. We may not even be able to do our normal service due to these storms. Once again, like I said, that is for your safety and the flight attendant's safety as well. We appreciate your understanding in this matter. Please sit back, relax. We'll do the best we can to make it a nice, smooth, enjoyable flight. Thanks. How's that for an announcement? It is like dead quiet in this plane. What's up with that? Oh, I know what's up with that. It's because this plane's weird, unlike the 737. That's what's up with that. All right. Let's see. Good, 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 good. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. That's all good. do need to set up our screens and such for the departure. So let's pull that stuff up. Out of Tampa, we're going to be doing the Gandhi, so we need the taxi chart and Gandhi. I think the taxi chart's, oh, it wasn't pinned. There we go. There's that. Pin the Gandhi. Let's take a look at the Gandhi. The Gandhi departure off of 19 right, climb a heading 187 to 540 feet, then climb to assigned altitude on heading 203 or assigned by ATC top altitude of 6,000 feet. I'm gonna kill the next person that texts me. Not really. It's an empty threat, don't worry, it's not real. I am gonna mute my phone though, because good lord. Hold on. I got golf just by the Beer North Course Street. I'm drunk. Your wife's dropping me off. Can you or Pat grab me in the morning, please? I live 2 miles, maybe from the course. Okay, I need to respond to this. Sorry, chat. I they won't charge you Majestic Springs if they would. Golf, but just by drunk. Your wife's dropping me off. Can you grab me in the morning, please? Oh, yeah. Don't mind that stream. That's just a friend texting me who's rather drunk. Okay, now we can actually get to what we meant to do, which is stream. Now that my friends and family are all calm-ish. Although that was kind of funny. 187 is the runway heading, and let's set 200 knots for our initial speed. And I am naughty, and therefore not going to bother setting the ref speeds. I'm just going to rotate around 140 knots. Which actually, I'll at least set that. Let's set that just as a reminder. There we go, 140. Actually, let's make it higher than that, 145. Maybe that's why the nose has been so damn heavy. I doubt it, but speaking of, I'm just going to set the trim now. We're going to do 7.8. All right. I believe we are pretty much ready to rock and roll. We do not have an ATIS here, so I'm just going to pull right from Fly Live, make my life easy. 2999er is the current altimeter setting. Winds calm, so yeah, we'll take off 19 right, no problem there. Oh my gosh, they're still texting. I'm trying to fly, damn it. Alrighty, so It didn't do a welcome aboard, even though it looked like it did. I already gave a welcome aboard, so we're just gonna pretend that that already happened. Tell flight attendants to clear, close, arm up the doors. And let's call for our push. There's no ATC to talk to here, so here's better pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I'm not going to bother having her push us that far, because the
Ground to
quicker we get
cockpit.
moving, the better.
Tower's
Right
driving
there's
up.
fine. Toes driving up. Let's do our before start checklist. Pump, pump. It is an even day, so that is B ignition, pump, pump, beacon, ignition. We are good to go once the tug's ready to push us. If anyone's watching the chat and thinks that it's boring to fly at night, just let me know. I'll change it to daytime. If you'd rather see daytime, your wish is my command.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Oh, my friends are being silly about golf and making it way more complicated than it
Winding
needs to
strap
be.
and adapter in position. Release
We're
parking
going
brakes
golfing
when ready
tomorrow,
to
and
start
they're
pushback.
being goofy. I just realized this is my World of Warships layout for my keyboard. I should make an X-plane layout. Hey, QF, what's up? You must be at cruise board, eh? Yep, that's exactly what you're doing. I just had your thing minimized. Do you think it's boring to fly at night? I think it's pretty, but I'm not sure if people want to watch it. Okay, he's so creepy. Get him out of here. Oh, she said we were ready. Brake brakes, release those strings off, clear to push. Yes, you're about to be at top of descent. Called it. Ooh, I have 2 viewers now.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Maybe that was just the delay there. I like night flights, but I just can't see. Yeah, see, that's the problem, is I like them too, and it's really cool when you're close to the airport, but I mean, when you're flying along scenery-wise in this game, even with orthos, like I have orthos, hold on. So here is Tampa Bay. I mean, it looks cool when you're down low with this, right? But, I mean, other than that, you don't see anything in between. So, I don't know. I think I might, until I get more followers, I don't think I can do night flights just because people are going to be like, oh, this is boring. Ooh, there's someone actually here. I should probably talk on frequency. Tampa Bay traffic. AC 5400 is pushing off of gate. Nah, I don't remember what gate this is. We're pushing off the gate. We won't be in anyone's way. Tampa Bay traffic.
Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience
Well, I guess I could start the engines.
and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose, like this. Pull the strap to tighten it.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
N2 oil pressure, N1 ITT, fuel flow, light up. Brake set, clear disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention. We hope you enjoy the flight.
Alright, start number 1. Yeah, like I think nighttime's cool, but other people probably won't. N2 oil pressure, N1 ITT, fuel flow light up.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Shut off the oh so annoying APU. Whoop. I almost didn't turn those generators on fast enough. We almost went without power for a second. What a scrub. It should have been generator, ignition pack before I touched that. I'm a genius. And also the FO flow part of it. Alright. There they are, looking good. Yeah, you know what? I'm switching to daytime. As much as I love nighttime flying, it's not about me. It's about the viewers. There we go. Ooh, you know what? I hope this is using system time, because if not, it's gonna get real weird. Oh well. We're in the CRJ. I might as well use my checklist that I have so I don't forget anything. After start checklist, anti-ice checked off, rudder checked. I'm going to do the flight control check now. That's normally part of the before takeoff just because I'm only one pilot and makes it a lot easier. Nose wheel steering is armed. Thrust traversers are armed. CAS verify check. Before takeoff checklist complete. And let's go flaps 8 for departure. That trim setting will work. Flaps verify. Let's just zoom in here. 8 degrees required and indicating. 8 degrees required and indicating. Takeoff data verify. Oh, we're not going to go through that whole spiel. Trims verify. Green centered 7.8. Green centered 7.8 because we don't have all the takeoff data set. Taxi runway 19 right. Tampa Bay runway 19 right. Taxi checklist complete. All right. Tampa Bay traffic. AC 5400 is going to taxi runway 19 right via Victor, Tampa Bay traffic. Park brake released, no steering's armed. Park brakes released, stereo flight deck. All right. Got U and Q on separate windows. That's right, CRJ Mafia. Although my next flight will probably be in the Zibo. I don't know. I might be convinced to do it in the CRJ again. It's just the Zibo's less work because when I come in on RNAV arrivals, I don't have to do all the flying manually. All right. That and I changed it to daytime, even though we're on the East Coast and it's dark out. It's just boring not being able to look outside, I think. Because, see, that looks a heck of a lot cooler than just dark and light. Well, the lights look cool near the airport, but the scenery will look really cool flying over it in daytime, so. Yeah, and Chaz, I think what I'm going to start to do from now on, whenever QF is online or any of my friends who stream, I'm just going to have their windows in the background just to help their numbers. Got to help each other's numbers. At least a little bit. All right. And flight attendants, please be seated for departure. Sounds like they're ready. I am VATSIMing, Chaz. I am indeed. There's no air traffic control here or in Miami the last I checked, but once I start venturing back towards the north, I believe there is. So. And I would just move my plane to where there's actually air traffic controllers, but I've been trying to kind of hop between airports. Like, I flew to Tampa from Atlanta on my last flight, so I'm trying to fly out of Tampa. Oh, Miami is up now? Ooh. I might have to stop caring about that part as much, though, and just do what I need to do to make it more interesting. Sweet. All right, approaching ground. At least that's something. Alrighty, before takeoff checklist. Normally be that, then it'd be that, then it would be a flight control check, which I already did. Make sure the transponder's on. Good to go there. I need to slow down just a little bit. For takeoff checklist. Takeoff config verify checked. It doesn't work on this plane for some reason. So we'll say it's checked. Takeoff fuel quality balance verify. We need 5.4 is required. 5.8's on board. Check. Brake temp check. Fuel crossflow manual off. Flight controls check. Takeoff briefing. We're going to depart runway 19 right to the south on the Gandy departure. Initial altitude is 6,000. If we lose an engine or have any problems, we're going to go straight out initially. And then it's back here to the same runway if we have any problems. No specials. Any questions? No questions. Cool. And below the line, ignition, anti-ice are off. Cast verify checked. Checked. Bring on all the lights. Runway heading coming up. It needs to be 187. Tampa Bay traffic. AC 5400 is departing runway 19 right to the southwest on the Gandy departure. Tampa Bay traffic. It's funny, I keep changing call signs, so I keep forgetting who I am. I wanted to say Blue Streak since I was in a CRJ. Keep forgetting who I am. Who am I? I'm not gonna lie, the nose wheel steering on this plane is way easier than the Zibo. Reacts better. Kind of overshot there a bit. Correct over the center line here. Alright. 185, 187, close enough. Runway heading checks before takeoff checklist complete. Let's go. Just a touch more power than that. There we go.
80 knots.
Checks. What was that weird view thing? Oh, yeah, I should have a hand up here. Haha. V1. Rotate.
Gear up, please.
Pause rate. Gear up. Speed mode. Heading mode. Autopilot on. 1,000 feet, 200 knots. And flaps up after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist complete. Alright, this is kind of goofy the way this is set up, so we're just going to do direct to Gandy and nav mode it up. And now we're on our merry way. Tampa Bay traffic AC 5400 has departed the pattern to the southwest, and have a good night, Tampa Bay traffic. Feel like the engine noise. Oh, I made a mistake. You always pause it before you go to those menus, because otherwise it gets very upset and it jerks your plane around. That's better. 1,000 to go. We're going to pretend like we were cleared higher. Climb maintain 1010,000 EC 5400. There's 10,000. Part of me feels like I do want to get pilot edge, but maybe just to help get some more viewers, but I don't know if it's really going to help or not. It's interesting. Why is the ETA not working up there? ETA is blanked out. Oh, I think it's angry because my Zulu times are different since I messed with it. That could be what it is. Yeah, girl, I'm fast. I'm getting the hang of all the goofiness of the sim, and so I'm getting back to true form.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may now use your electronic devices.
Girl, we're not above 10,000 feet yet. Why are you telling them that? It's not a thing in the US anymore. You can use them even below that. Alt's capping at 10. Naturally, they just cleared us higher. Up to 15,000 for now. 15,000. Through 10. Turn off all the extra lights. Ding the flight attendants, letting them know we're through 10. Life is good. And we're going to pretend like we were cleared all the way up to our cruise altitude, which was planned at 310. That's a bit excessive. We're only going to go up to 27. It's a pretty short flight to go that high. Not to mention in the real world, the 200 would not be climbing that fast. Almost 4,000 feet a minute. I mean, it would be nice if it did, but it's just not like that. The beautiful Tampa Bay, ladies and gentlemen. I love it down there. It's so pretty. Also has my favorite steakhouse ever down there. If you ever go to Tampa and you have a chance to go to Burns Steakhouse, take it. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth the money. It's the best steak I've ever had. The wines are ridiculously good. They have a ridiculous wine room too, and I'm not even a big wine drinker. Did you update the aircraft after you installed the plane? What do you mean, did I update it? What is there to update? I'm not sure if I did or did. Is there some, like, massive thing that makes it better? They changed the engines. They made it so it doesn't climb well? What? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's let the AI control the view for a bit. And then I can go look for this update. Where would I find said update? I mean, I got it through Steam. It should be the most up-to-date version, right? I just have whatever version Steam gave me. I didn't buy it directly from them, which may have been a mistake, but I didn't want to deal with it. I was very happy to have one add-on just be good to go. You have to do it yourself. Oh, I can find the video, don't you worry. I'm sitting here just doing a whole lot of nothing anyway in the climb. JRollon. CRJ 200 update. Okay, that's... Well, actually, I guess that's not such a terrible view. Because you can actually see the coastline and stuff. Do I just go in and fiddle with the performance? Okay, I found the updates, or the little forum post that Javier made, where you go in and you manually change some of the engine specs. I'll just have to figure out how the hell you do that part. I'm gonna save that. Cool. I found how to do it. Awesome. Thank you for the heads up on that, QF. I've been sitting here thinking, man, this thing really performs ridiculously well. What in the world goofy view is this, AI? Oh gosh, that's terrible. AI is no longer controlling views now that I'm paying attention. Yeah, because I've been thinking, man, this thing seems like it has a heck of a lot of power that it doesn't have in real life. All right, this is a quick flight, only 22 minutes until we get there, so I better get my next set of charts ready. It's crazy. MIA. We are coming in on the... I don't remember which arrival we're on. Sim brief. What are we doing? Scott. Damn it, Scott. They call them parking bays there. Why do they have to be different? They're gates. Proceed to parking bay. What is a parking bay? Oh, you've never been here before, have you? No, I haven't. Everywhere else calls them gates. How about you just call them gates? Hmm? 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 Gotta be different. Gotta be different, Miami, don't ya? Let's see. Miami approach is on, but do they have an ATIS on? I love when they actually have ATIS where I'm going. It makes my life so much easier. Oh, Miami approach isn't on anymore. Well, there is a Miami approach on. It's just for Fort Lauderdale, though, it looks like. Kind of looks like they're using the western runways, though. So I wonder if I can just put in the actual ATIS frequency. I should be able to. 119.15. I wish there was a fix for this to make these screens fit properly, because it drives me nuts not being able to see what I'm putting in the standby. Like, I know what it should be, but it's not the point. Oh, that's not working. Alright, what about 133.65? Or 67? Nope. Oh, I'm a dunce. Don't mind me. I didn't have COM2 on. How far out are we? 130 miles? Yeah, we should be able to get that from here. Here's the downside of true IFR flying. My head's inside so much. How functional is the CRJ and X-plane compared to real life? Well, right now not so functional compared to the real thing, to be honest. It's pretty good though. I mean, you get the spirit of it and a lot of it. Things that drive me nuts. You have to get the sound pack for the sounds to be right, but then the sounds are like exactly right. For some reason, I can't turn on my 14th stage bleeds. They're just stuck closed. I can't open that isolation valve. Basically, so this plane was originally made for X-plane 10. This is what the problem is. The plane was made for X-plane 10, so a lot of the functions don't work anymore because they didn't keep updating it. It's amazing as many of them work as they currently do. So like having said that, there are a few things about it that are kind of weird. Like right now, those buttons are out. They should be in to be turned on. Turned off is not precedent. Pressing it in should turn it on. Same goes with these ones. That shouldn't close that bleed. That should open it. So, I mean, there's systems-wise, some of the stuff up there is broken. Pretty much all the fire detection's broken, even though sets and switches. But once again, that's an X-plane. Actually, yeah, you're right. It was X-plane 9 QF. This thing's like 10 years old or something like that, like 8 or 10 years old. Down here, a bunch of these switches don't work properly. But as far as being able to fly and do everything you need to, everything is fine. As far as just basic flying, you don't need to get crazy in depth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving drinks. Please make sure your tray
I told her
table
not to
is
serve
in
drinks, but
the
that's
down
fine.
position and clear any items from the
The
aisle
one other
section.
thing that drives me nuts is in the FMS. Like right now you can see CYY is our current waypoint. Let me move this out of the way. So you can see up here. You can see we were going from Barry to CYY. I should be able to drag deeds up to that line. And it should give me a direct line from my current position, not Barry, my current position to there. And it doesn't. That's one fairly big strike in my opinion, because we go direct all the time. The one thing you can do is you can go to the direct intercept page. I can grab deeds, put it up here in L1, which technically is not correct either, and it will give me present position from here. But once I do that, I can't use that function again until I get past deeds. So I think that's just things that got messed up over time, just from the new updates coming in. Also on arrivals and anything else, I can't stick in airspeeds or altitudes over here. So I should be able to say, hey, at Rubo, I want to be at 250 knots and 10,000 feet. I'm trying to click, nothing happens. And it's both on this and down there. So that's kind of annoying just because that's a lot that's important information when you're trying to fly some of the more complicated arrivals. But you can still do it because as long as you have the charts, you're still good because you have the charts. It's just more manual work is all. So then if you were to go in the real CRJ, it'd actually make it easier. So overall, it's fine. Handling, it's a sim. Sims are always a little goofy compared to the real plane. That, I mean, it's not like this isn't the kind of yoke that's used in this jet. It just feels different, so it is what it is. So there's just basically broken switches since it's been updated over time. But it's not terrible, honestly. The Zibo is more functional, but at the same time, the Zibo is not like 8 or 9 years old. So that was a really long explanation of how it is compared to real life, isn't it? I wish they had some 700s and 900s for X-Plane. Unfortunately, they do not. What airport's that? Really? We flew all the way down the coast? Yeah, that's Fort Myers. Yeah, we just flew down the coast and I didn't even notice because I was too busy looking inside instead of looking outside. Correct, Chaz. And here's the thing. I bought it for $25 on sale. It shouldn't, I will say it is overpriced right now. It should only be a $15 or $20 add-on at this point. But I mean, if you get the Zibo, which is free, it's pretty damn good. But if you get like the 7.5 or the 7.6, they are like immaculate. And that's why they cost $70. So, I mean, it's good. It should be cheaper, though. It should be like 15 bucks. And then a bunch more people would probably buy it and fly them around because it's a fun little jet and it's simple. That's the other thing that I always explained to new people when they were coming into the jet because I was a line check airman and I taught in it too. So I was an instructor pilot in this. This looks daunting at first. It's pretty simple. All your electric stuff's up here. Your fire detection's here. Your lights are here. This is all fuel. This is pneumatics, so bleed air. This is just the APU. Engine stuff, hydraulics, cabin pressure, air conditioning, anti-ice. That's it. It's pretty simple aircraft, which is why it's at the regional level too. All right, I should look at this arrival. See what's I got to do on it. They're all specs. That's good because I was not ready for it. We're gonna be landing west, I believe. I still haven't looked at the weather, so I'm gonna cheat and type it into here. Winds 110 at 410 statute miles. That sounds like eastern landing to me. So at Scott, landing to the east, expect 10,250 knots. Scott is currently, well, let's do it this way. 27 to 10, I need to lose 17,000 feet. 17 times 3, that's annoying math. 30, 54 miles. Ooh, shit, I gotta start down. Ah! This might be a kind of steep descent. Might piss off the passengers. I don't really care, though. Actually, I do. I like good grades. So there's 10,000. And we're just going to start it at 2,400 feet per minute and see what that does, because it'll give us the banana bar anyway. That's going to be an idle power descent. We're going to be landing to the east. So, taking a look at the runways. Oh, runway 9's like perfect for this. Kind of land on that, land long, shoot right off, you'll be right at the gates. So we'll plan on that. I'm going to guess there's an ILS since it's such a damn long runway. Approach. Come on. ILS to 9. Alrighty, banana bar is still a little bit past Scott. Increase the range descent just a touch more. It was an expect, and we don't actually have ATC, so it's not a big deal if we don't make it. ILS to 9. So on the arrival, it should go Scott, Rubo, and then vectors. Wallop is not going to be part of it, so we can get that out of there. And we can get rid of Atlas. There we go. Rubo vectors. Perfect. And then on the ILS, we should have Grit and Ness and the runway. Grit and Ness. Looks good. Execute. I just realized I didn't have my spoilers out, and I meant to have them out. Oh, also, there's something else that's not the same as real life. When you put your spoilers out, your flight spoilers, as you're flying along, that is only that panel in real life. These are ground spoilers. This is spoiler on the 200. Minor detail that they probably didn't know when they were making the plane. It's not a huge deal as long as they didn't make the drag like overly excessive, you know. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to set the rest of it up and brief it. So frequency is gonna be 110.9. There's 110.9. Final approach course 092. Glide tip intercept at a Nest 1347. DA is 207. It's 200 feet above. This is something else that's broken. That's kind of annoying. I can't bring up MDA. Not the biggest deal ever though, because I just do 200 on the DH, and that's good enough. 200 DH airport elevation's 9 feet, which is good. We got an airport or landing elevation set in of 0. MSA is 2100 to the north, 2900 south. We've got a Mauser with a Pappy on the left side. Mist will be right traffic back around at 3,000 feet. Landing runway is 13,000 feet long. We'll plan on, I don't even really need the reversers or touch brakes. We can just let it roll out. We'll roll out down to Uniform or Tango 8. And then I'll hold short of the crossing runway until we've cleaned it up and done everything else. And that is the approach briefing complete, which was perfect timing because we are now through 18,000 feet. I never set 9 or 2s on the climb out. That was stupid. Descent checklist. 3002 is the meter. Pressurization is set. Altimeters verify 3002 set. 3002 is set. Landing data is set. Ref is not going to be that fast, so let's pull that back a little bit. RHS Cat 2, verify not required, not required. Arrival briefing is complete. CAS, verify checked. It is checked. For landing checklist complete. A little bit behind on my announcements, so I'm just pressing buttons. This would be more realistic. We're getting close to the top of descent. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, we're not close to the top of descent. We're already descending, but whatever. Here we go. Now we're realistic. Ladies and gentlemen, we've begun our final descent into the Miami airport area. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. We should have you on the ground here in about... Oh, that's all sorts of messed up. In about the next 15 minutes for an early arrival at the gate. It's been our pleasure to have you on board with us this evening, and we hope to see you on a future Delta flight. Why is that discontinuity so bad? Oh, it's because the vectors are all sorts of screwed up on this. That's right. You know what? I'm going to be lame. AC 5400, you are cleared from Aruba direct to Grit for the ILS runway 9er. Copy, cleared from Aruba direct to Grit for the ILS runway 9er, AC 5400. Look at that. Amazing. Alright, we can back that rate of descent off a bit here. Still on Unicom, right? Yep. Miami traffic, AC 5400. CRJ traffic is about 40 miles to the west, coming in on the Scott arrival for the ILS runway 9. Miami traffic. Ooh, look at that frame rate. 71 frames per second and I'm streaming. Heck yeah. It's because I'm in the middle of the Everglades and there's no objects to load. Can we see Miami yet? No, we can't. That's lame. Alt at 10. Set our next altitude. AC 5400, you are cleared down to 3000. Cleared to 3000, AC 5400. And we're through 10. Ooh. Music's rating with a party. Heck yeah. We're through 10. Ding them so they know we're through 10. Thank you for that music. I need to get some better sound effects for my little alerts there. Let's zoom that in a little bit more. I know it's super quiet, but it's just because the power's pulled all the way back to idle, so I apologize for that, everybody. We could probably have some music creeping actually as we go here. Thanks, music. Gonna hang out to watch the landing? We're only 7 minutes from touching down. I need to increase the sound of this plane by a little bit. This plane's a lot quieter than the Zibo for some reason. There we go. Alright, we're only about 6 minutes out, so let's tell them to prepare the cabin for arrival. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Cool. Yeah, I think after this, hopefully there's an airport towards the north that's towered. Or hey, maybe there's something out in the Caribbean. Go fly to something in the Caribbean that has a tower going. I don't think I've done that before. I just wish that we could have access to Microsoft Flight Sim already, because its scenery is going to blow away anything in this. I mean, well, given this isn't too far from the truth, I'm over the Everglades right now. So, I mean, there isn't a whole lot out here for realsies, but welcome everyone to the channel. For those of you who don't know, I am a actual certified CRJ pilot. Unfortunately, Corona's been messing with my work. I actually just got hired at a major carrier here in the U.S. Right before all that happened. Oh crap, minus 100. Making it so I gotta put on the show. It's gonna complain that I was over 250 knots. Oopsie doodle. Alts cap. Alright, what's the final approach fix called on this? A Ness, and that'll be at 1500. That's after Grit. Grit's 10 miles out. Alright, so let's set 1500. And actually, I can get the localizer out that far, so we're going to do heading mode. Push over localized frequency, switch to that, and 092. Ah! Is the final approach course. So we can do that, and we can arm up nav mode. IBUL, that is the proper identifier. Hey, we actually got some stuff starting to come into view. Miami traffic AC 5400, CRJ jet traffic is 15 miles to the west. We're going to be inbound on the ILS runway 9er. Miami traffic. Not a lot to see out in the Everglades. This would have been really boring if I did it at actual real-time, nighttime, because there wouldn't even be lights out here, you know? Unless they gave a light to every gator.
6,000 inbound, that's only 9.
That dude was louder than loud. And we're going to pull the power to idle and start slowing her down. We can actually do approach mode out here too. Localizer's captured. It should not go hunting for the localizer like that. The real plane would not have quite done that. It has the chance that it'll blow through it doing it that way, but I'm bringing the spoilers all the way out as well. So we need to slow down so we can put the drag out here. Miami International traffic AC 5400 CRJ jet traffic is just passing Grit 10 mile final ILS runway 9 Miami traffic. Under 200 we can go flaps 8. Flaps 20. We'll stay at flaps 20, 170 until we reach the final approach fix. I'm actually going to bring these up just because it's easier to see them then. As one thing that I do think they could have done a little better is these screens should be this clear. You shouldn't have the fuzziness in front of them just because it's hard to use them that way. And it discourages you from looking outside, which you should be doing, said the CFI. It's pretty dope. It does have a tendency to sway QF if there is a crosswind and people don't adjust for it properly. But there's ways to make it so it doesn't do it as bad. There's final approach fix. Let's go gear down. Flaps 30, speed 160. Bring up the engine page too, it's kind of necessary. Flaps 45, bug ref, before landing checklist. Which means I also need to arm those. Alright, thrust reversers are arm lane gear verified down 3 green, flaps verified 45 degrees indicating, 4 lane checklist complete, cleared land, runway 19 straight ahead. Cleared land light since we don't have tower here to do that. Oh crap, I almost did it again! See, this is BS. You tell the crew to prepare the cabin for landing, that implies they need to sit down. Not going to disconnect the autopilot until they're seating. Alright, we can land. Autopilot's disconnected. Here we go. Let's see if we can finally grease one on in this thing. This plane has been really goofy with me. I think it's partially because the yoke position's so weird. Should be closer, like, down in your lap. Why does the nose not want to come up? There's no way we'd be close to a stall in the real plane. Alright. Landing. Man, this thing's weird sometimes.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Floating a little bit. But, no need to slam on the brakes, no need to slam on the thrust reversers. We can roll it long down this runway. A bit too smooth. My ace. On a dry day without a crosswind, it is okay to butter that landing. If there's a crosswind or if it's a shitty runway, you should have a firmer touchdown. Braking in this plane is so weird.
Miami traffic, American 1259, 6 miles from grid inbound ILS 9.
Miami traffic, AC 5400, clearing runway 9er. We will be crossing runway 1230, Miami traffic. Struggle bus, clear left, clear right. Once we're clear this runway, we'll do our after landing checklist. We can turn this stuff off now. Oh, that was nice. I mean, it's not wrong when you overly butter it, because usually it means you floated forever. Honestly, that was kind of a long float, but that's when you just blame it on it being a simulator. All right, we're going to stop here for a second, do our after landing stuff, since we're only one pilot operation here. Flaps up. We can turn all the extra lights off. That one needs to stay on. APU coming on. That's good, that's good, that's good. Radar can turn off. All right, we can continue taxiing now. I have noticed it seems like it takes a lot of power to get this thing moving on the ground. And since I'm an opportunist, I'm gonna go for that gate right there. The speed brakes, the spoilers actually stow on their own after landing. Like, this switch isn't modeled right in this plane. Once again, another thing where it's like, it's not a big deal.
American 1259 is 10 mile final runway 9.
This is my pathway. Get out of the way, cars. Let's see how close I can get to stopping it at that line, shall we? How close do you think I am? Ah, boo. It's so weird sometimes how much thrust it takes to get it moving again after you've come to a stop like that already. There we go. That's better. Alright, park brake set. Let's go to the electrics page. We want to make sure that we see this APU take power when we turn one of these generators off, because if not, we know it's not working. But it's working, so that's good. So generator, kill it. Let's get rid of that screen out of our face now. Off, passenger sign off, hydraulic pump 3A off, beacons off, nose steering's off. We'll do the passenger signs off there. And clear to open. And we'll do the FO's flow, which is turning those off, turning that off, turning the windshield heat off, turning the transponder off, and shutdown checklist. I do need to get ramp agent, that'd be super helpful. Park brake is on, flaps are up, radar is off, electric set, fuel pumps off, anti-ice off, transponders off, thrust levers off. Passenger signs off, hydraulic pump 3A is off, lights off, nose steering's off. Shutdown checklist complete. We are going to disconnect from VATSIM here, and we're going to take a look at that landing. Oh, I gotta wait for passengers to all be off. Yeah, this is, I'm gonna block what airline it's from. This is an actual FAA approved checklist that I have from my previous airline. So I use it because I know all the procedures associated with it. There's a handful of things you can't actually do on here because the switches don't work right and that sort of thing, but it's good just to keep my thoughts organized so I don't forget silly little things. Let's see what the flight report says, shall we? A-, a bit too smooth. Your landing was very good while you ensured the comfort of your passengers. You were in danger of causing the aircraft to float down the runway, affecting stopping distance, potential control of the aircraft. Try to manage the flare a little better. Not entirely wrong, except for the fact that it was a 13,000-foot runway. Can I make a revised version? I could probably make one. Boil it down to the basics of what you can actually do in this. It's probably not a bad idea. That probably wouldn't be too hard to do. There's certain things that aren't on the checklist, though. I will tell you that. But yeah, that'll be board one day. Kind of make a little 200 checklist. Or I bet you know what? There's probably someone who's made one online, too. Or, honestly, I could probably just black out the spots that are sensitive and send it to you. The wife is calling. Now, also your airspeed was well above 250 knots below 10. They're not wrong. ATC didn't say anything though, so guess what? We're good. All right, let's watch some replayage. Let's take a look at that buttered landing, shall we? Yeah, to be honest, QF, there isn't... Part of it is the flows, too. But yeah, I could boil it down or just send it to you. There's a handful of things that without the actual training you're going to sit and look at and be like, what's that? Ooh, wait, that was a good spot. Go back to there. That's not bad. Right there. And... Hey look, it's a shopping mall. What's cool about Microsoft Flight Sim is all these buildings would actually be filled in with little objects. Although it's kind of loading some of them in right now. Ah! Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. You know, the engine sounds aren't terrible on this, but the APU sound is awful. Yeah, I started to get a little sporty right here just because I was trying to get a feel for the yoke. Let's go right there because we can see the VATSIM this way and we can kind of keep an eye on where we are. I should have held the nose down just a touch longer, and the way I pulled power, that would have been perfect. Just watch this though, barely even feel it. It's already trailing link gear. You're not even sure if you've actually touched down or not. Here we are, boys and girls. And like I said before, no point in reaming on the brakes. 13,000 foot runway, and the turnoff was way down there. Let's back that up for a second. We're going to do a slightly different view. Yeah, that's the other thing I don't get is how the landing rate magically changes. Not too shabby. Alright, let's exit the replay mode. Thanks, music. I was happy with it. It was on center line, wasn't all squirrely. It's about what it needed to be. So let's take a look and see if there's any ATC on somewhere cool a little further south. MYYN, that's one of the Bahamas. Probably shouldn't be going down there around midnight because I'm going to start getting tired. Oh man, ATCs are starting to pop back offline. Got to go all the way up to Cincinnati if I want to go north to get to some ATC. Well, screw it. Let's fly to MYNN. Why not? Let's get some sim brief going here. New flight. We'll be 5,500 this time. We're going from KMIA to MYNN. Don't need an alternate. We'll depart fairly soon, actually. This should be a pretty quick flight. I don't think it's that far away. Full passengers, auto cargo, auto zero fuel weight. Oh yeah, this is a super quick hop over to the Bahamas. How many miles? 160 miles. I'm not... Oh, I'll see what the auto altitude does, and then if it does something ridiculous, I'll change it. Watch, it's gonna be like 160 miles? Yeah, we'll go to 40,000 feet. That's reasonable, right? Right? Hardly need any... Probably have enough fuel left from the last flight. We almost do. That's hilarious. I'm gonna take a little more than that, though. It planned it at flight level 270 for a 35-minute flight. That's a frickin' joke. Let's try that again. And also let's put on an extra 30 minutes of fuel into this plan. 30 minutes of fuel. It's a 30-minute flight. We're just gonna go up to, you know what? Niad, we'll just go to 1000. I mean, 30-minute flight. It's super short. It's 160 miles. We'll be a little better than that. Let's go up to 17,000. Be down in VFRville, boys and girls, where the prop planes hang out. Alright, sorry we're just sitting here. I'm just getting the sim brief stuff going. Should actually show y'all. Hold on a second, let me add a display capture. Alright, so I was just getting the sim brief going is all. So here we go, here's our plan. We're gonna go direct skips and then BR-53 Victor, Rage 8, and then direct we need 5,400 pounds of fuel. I'm gonna tell it to pre-file our flight plan. Oh, hello. Yeah, he was texting me. He was rather blitzed, huh? I'm going to be picking him up from his house. Yes, I know. Hey, at least that's better than him driving home. Riley, you're good about that all night, you little jerk. Well, now that Mommy's home, I'm just going to pretend like the rules don't apply. Alright, flight plan's filed. Let's get it briefed, put in, and actually, let's start the new flight over here, too. We are in the Bombardier CRJ 200. We're still Atlantic. Oh, we need to import. There we go. Oh no, it just... Hold on. Can I restart it? We're not in a 737. Let's try this again. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. I just want to do one last quick flight for y'all and then call it a night. We are not in a 737. We are in a CRJ 200. That looks good. Import from SimBrief. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get our next flight plan going. Well, I guess it won't let me grab MIA the way I could the real plane. Ready to board. Let's board them up. Let's go to the Bahamas. NYNN.
No problem.
Alright. Let me make this release a PDF because it is way easier to deal with that way. There we go. All right, we are going to skips. And then BR53V. Not in database. Yeah, I have no idea what that is, so we'll do... Hold on, let's go down to the flight plan. Maybe it'll give me a better... MIA. To skips. BR353V to Levi. Oh, that's a route. I'm a dunce. Duh. Call yourself a pilot? It's a route. Duh. BR53V. No, you're not gonna let me put that in? Oh, there it went. Just took a second. Hey, Dress. Yeah, I like this plane because I actually have flown it in real life. I'm rated to fly it. What's up? Huh? At the club? Oh. Oh, at PSA. Manager or what? Yeah, hard pass, thanks. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm much happier working at the country club, thank you very much. If y'all were wondering, that's my wife. What did I say our flight number was gonna be? 5500, that's right, ASQ 5500, execute perfinet. Let's change our overlay here. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have no idea how big the runway is where I'm going. Yeah, it's $40 dress. I mean, I really like it, but I got it on sale. Honestly, if you want it, I'd recommend you get it on sale. Because for only $20-ish more, you can get other planes that are much higher fidelity is the way I would describe them. I would personally wait for a sale. Yeah, wait for a sale, get it then, and then also put like the sound pack on your watch list for it and see if you can get that on sale as well, because it makes the sounds on the plane sound a lot more realistic. It's not 100% necessary, but like when I watch music stream, the sounds sound way better than they do on mine. I can deal with it just because Microsoft Flight Sim's coming out. That's the other thing. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 comes out next week, so you might want to consider waiting to spend your moolah on that as well. So yeah. I just totally got sidetracked. I got my altimeter setting, I got the temperature. Good. Yep, they're closing the doors, that's cool. Let's get the charts going on the iPad. You know, it's funny, even for a 30-minute flight, it's about the same amount of prep on the ground. If anything, sometimes it's more because you have less time to do it in the air. I'm going to wait to do my welcome aboard announcement because I'm not actually paying attention to them yet.
Hi, Captain. All passengers are on board
As
and
terrible as
doors
that
have
sounds.
been closed.
We'll take off of 8 right because it's like right over there. So we'll take off of 8 right. That looks good. Radios are still in auto tune. We're still squawking 1200 because we never talked to any ATC yet. Alright, that's all set. That's not quite set. We don't have a departure or any ATC to talk to, so we're just gonna, throw in our cruise altitude of 17,000. Alright, 17,000's in. Can clear the DH because we're not using that on the departure. How much fuel do we need? 5,400 pounds, that's right. So let's throw that on. £5,400 of fuel is done. All right, for the departure, we're going to be departing off runway 8 right. We're going to taxi to there via Papa, which is directly behind us. We don't have to talk to any ATC. Runway heading is 092. 092. Back to FMS Needles. 17,000's pre-programmed in. 200 knots on the bug for now. That's set. Departure-wise, we're just going to do runway heading and then go direct to skips once we're at a safe altitude. We'll program in direct skips. Straight out if we lose a engine or have any problems. We'll come back to runway 9, which is the same runway we landed on, the longer runway, if we have any engine problems. No specials, any questions? No questions. Oh, you flew there in the Hurricane? That's cool. Yeah, Dress, the Zibo is pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm impressed with it. And it's fun. Before start, checklist, logbook score, required documents, verified, checked on board, crew tune, mass verify, checked 1500 psi, checked 1500 psi. Any skid test is complete, even though I can't do it. That would be where I'd press that switch, and that would be in the on position, but no big deal. Parking brakes on. Yep. Fuel quantity verify. 5.4 required. 5.4 on board. 5.4 required. 5.4 on board. Altimeters verified. 3004 set and check. 3004 set and check. Departure briefing is complete. Down the line, and let's call.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Oh, what gate is this? Does it actually have a label on it so I can tell people? No, it doesn't. That's annoying. You know what? There's no one here. Now, we'll figure out what gate it is. It'll only take a second. This looks like Foxtrot 20. Yeah, close enough. Foxtrot 20. Tampa traffic AC 5500 is going to be pushing off gate Foxtrot 20 onto taxiway.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Why would you lock, iPad? Papa. Tampa Bay traffic. Or Miami traffic. That's right. I'm in Miami now. Struggle bus.
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Oh, that's right. Display capture's still on. My bad. Let me fix that because that looks so bad. And that looks really messed up. Does self-loading cargo look really distorted to you guys? It looks distorted to me. Yeah, it's stretched out, stretched vertically right now, isn't it? That's going to be a slow way of doing that. Let's just do this. Does that look better? Not sure why it got stretched like that. She said she's ready to push us back, so let's do below the line. Pump, pump. That's the second pump. Beacon, nose of steering's off. And, oh gosh. Park brakes released, no steering's off, clear to push. It is still an even day for another 5 minutes. Oops, I didn't even realize we weren't giving our passengers any air. Probably got
Starting
toasted back there,
pushback,
didn't it?
and you may start engines.
No, it didn't. That's good. And we may start engines. Whoops, I guess I should have done that. Heat. Minor details, right?
Gentlemen, the captain has turned off the
Start
seatbelt
number 2.
lamp, so you are free to move about the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the
2.
seatbelt lamp. Please fasten
Oil
your
pressure,
seatbelt
and 1.
as soon as
ITT.
possible.
Fuel flow, light up. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a hot start. Let me turn it off. Why was the reverser open?
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors above as we...
Oh, I won't be on much later than this.
There are 6 emergency exits on this aircraft. Take a minute to locate the exit closest to you. Note that the nearest exit may be behind you. Count the number of rows to this exit. Should the cabin experience sudden pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place
Not
the
sure why
mask
the
over your mouth
reversers
and
were
nose,
open.
like this. Pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure that your own...
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Yeah, no problem, Dress.
Emergency landing and evacuation. Leave your carry-on items behind.
That was all sorts of messed
Life
up.
rafts are located below your seats in emergency
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
flight. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during
Stow
the flight.
this reverser,
While we wait
maybe.
for takeoff,
There we
please take
go.
a moment to review the safety data card in the seat pocket in front of you.
There's a thrust lever quadrant that I can't wait until it comes out. It actually has reversers on it. That did not cut out either. That. Okay, that's kind of messed up. Let's turn that off, and let's remove air pressure from it.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
See ya. Starter is stuck in the on position. There we go. That was weird. Simism. And 2 oil pressure and 1 ITT. Fuel flow light up. Starter cutout, good. Stabilized, awesome. Generator, ignition, packs. Oh, this is where normally we go to the flight control page and I could do this in the real plane and see it on the flight control page, but I checked it and we'll do the FO's part as well. Well, actually, I'm not done with the captain's part, so we can turn those off. We'd turn off the APU. Not really in the 200. We leave that on until the runway, but it's just way easier when it's only me in the plane. That's FO's part. Transponders on. Alright, after start checklist. Anti-ice checked off, rudder checked, nose steering is armed, thrust reversers are armed. Arm that too. Cast verified check, that is checked. After start checklist complete, let's do flaps 8 for takeoff and do the taxi checklist. Flaps verified 8 degrees required, 8 degrees indicating, 8 degrees required, 8 degrees indicating, trims verified green, centered, and we'll do 8.2. Green centered 8.2. Taxi checklist complete. All right, let's get moving and get to where we want to go. Miami traffic AC 5500s taxiing runway 8 right via Papa. Miami traffic. All right, park brakes released. Sterile flight deck. Clear left. Clear right. Yeah, see, this is how you know that this sim's a little bit messed up. Or, well, the default position's a little messed up where you sit, because I should be able to turn my head and pretty much see the winglet. Whoops. I love these short hops. They're kind of fun. Constantly busy. It's kind of a long taxi. The runway is way down there. Miami traffic AC 5500 is going to be departing runway 8 to the southeast. Miami traffic. I forgot there's extra steps on this sim. We can actually take the intersection departure right over here. Flight attendants, please be seated for departure. Alrighty. Let's do before takeoff checklist real quick and then get out of here. Takeoff fuel climb bounce verify. 3.5 is required, 5.1's on board. Brake temp check, fuel crossflow manual off, flight controls check. Actually, I haven't done the flight control check yet because I don't have the flight control page. Flight controls are checked. Takeoff briefing, we're going to be departing runway 8 right to the southeast. Once we're airborne, we'll end up doing direct to Skips, which is already down there and ready to go. We have 17,000 in it for initial altitude. Runway heading is bugged. If we lose it, we're going to go straight out, come back here, and go to the longer runway, runway 9. No specials, any questions? Nope. Before takeoff checklist complete. All right, let's do it to it. For takeoff checklist, ignition, anti-ice are off, gas, verify check. Runway heading on runway 8 right, it's going to be 092. Ready. Yeah, the toga buttons don't even work on it. Unfortunate. Runway 9 right 092 checks. 4 takeoff checklist complete. Here we go. Set thrust. Thrust set.
Eighty knots.
Checks. E1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Speed mode,
Positive climb.
heading mode. Autopilot's on. Let's do direct skips. Looks good, execute, nav mode. After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist is complete. Oh, forgot flaps and accelerating. Epic fail. Now the after takeoff checklist is complete. That's why you use the actual checklist, you dumb. Oh, that's cool. It's the port. So actually, let's see. Yep, we're flying over where all the cruise ships go. This is the port right here. You can actually see ships there right now. That's where all the cruise ships line up. So that's kind of cool. See ya, Miami. These are Fort Boys orthos. It's kind of cool though, isn't it? That's where all the cruise ships are. That's exactly where we came out of when we went on our cruise a couple years ago. Hold on, I need to discipline the dog. She's eating cat litter. Normally the cat litter isn't down here. I mean, well, so the thing with Fort Boys orthos is it's not just the ortho photos that do the lattice work and everything, but he has a bunch of other work he did on them too. And it's kind of nice because you don't have to do all the work. You just download them and... why is that lit up? that might be broken. You just download them and extract them basically and run them through a converter, and then they're good to go. It's kind of nice because you don't have to do the work of figuring out what you want where exactly. Downside, it is huge chunks of land at a time. So you can go and check it out though. It's right online. Alright, what kind of runways we got at this airport? 10,000 foot runway and 8,300 foot long runway. Sweet. Oh, you have fork boys, gotcha. I also have graphics almost maxed and running at 2K resolution on my screen. Although the stream you saw is 2K downgraded to 1080p, so MYNN. Oh yeah, this is just Nassau. I've flown here in real life. Ain't nothing but a thing. Winds out of the east, so we'll end up landing runway 10, and that was 1,000 to go to our altitude. Yeah, we can let speed increase, that's fine. Alright, let's do this. Seatbelt sign off. Reached our cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned up the seatbelt sign, so you are free to move about the cabin.
Runway 8 doesn't have an approach at all. Oh, it's runway 10. I was about to say, that could be interesting. Runway 10 has an RNAV approach, so we'll program that in. Yeah, I'm running almost maxed everything. I think the one thing that isn't maxed is the one slider. Actually, if I pause, I can show you. So high in visual, max textures. I have a 1080 though. Anti-aliasing's turned up a little bit. Triscopic's up a little bit. Maximum world details, reflection down because it's a killer. Yeah, or primarily impacts your CPU. You know, the thing that is already a pain with X-Plane. So let's do the RNAV. DH is going to be 300. So there's that. What the heck happened to... That was weird. RNAV to 10, we'll do it from straight out, which is Jabib. So we'll just, we'll leave it like that for now. No, actually, I'll do Ray J and then Jabib. Bring it straight in that way. It's going too fast, making it hard for my plane to maintain altitude there. Oops.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving drinks. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the out.
So what do you do when there's no approach procedures? You just fly it visually. This plane actually has the ability to make a visual approach. I just don't think it's, it's just not modeled in here. So you can make a visual approach where it just draws the line out, but I mean, flying a visual approach just looking outside is much easier in the real plane than it is in the simulator. Simulator makes it very difficult. Oh crap, it's gonna yell at me for that. Through 10, I never turned off the lights. I was busy with something else. I don't remember what I was doing. Watch, it's going to be like, you get a C- for that. Just that one thing. C-. I'll smash in the landing, right? It'll be a hard landing. It'll be like, yeah, we're more worried about the lights. Wonder if you can see this coastline still. Yep, you can. Oh, this plane's meant to fly into smaller airports. So, yeah, I've flown into small airports before where there's no approaches. There's almost always approaches, though, because a GPS approach can go to just about anywhere. But I've flown into airports where you just put the visual in. If you want a challenging approach, do the River Visual 19 into DCA. Did you see me do that the other day when I flew into DC? Because that one is, the only way you could do it is hand flying it. You do the River Visual 19 into DCA? Yeah, so there's a tough one. If you can handle that approach, you can handle pretty much anything. You trained on it, gotcha. Yeah, if you can handle that in a 200, especially this 200 sim that doesn't give you a lot of help, you can handle pretty much anything. Wonder if this approach controller's still on. What plane gives you lots of help? Yeah, the RNAV 19's more straight in. What do you mean, what plane gives you lots of help, Dress? Like, lots of help as in, like, does a lot of the work for you? The 737 does a pretty good job of that. Honestly, the CRJ 200 in real life does a lot of it for you too. Oh, ATC isn't showing up now. Then again, nor is my plane. We're connected, aren't we? Oh, I never reconnected. Oops. This one doesn't give you a lot of help. Oh, yeah, the CRJ 200 doesn't give you a lot of help on doing certain approaches and such. Thanks, Wind Shift. You just freaked out all the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and tune in positive.
Still not showing up on the map yet. Yes, as passenger screaming, that's what this self-loading cargo add-on will do if goofy things happen. So they were screaming because apparently the weather updated and caused a shift in the wind, and it made the whole plane rock around a bit. Swim, Woozy, Ray J. Yep, 737 will fly it for you all the way to the ground in the real plane practically too. Well, okay, not all the... It depends on which 737 you're flying as far as which airline and what they have it equipped with. Some of them will fly that approach all the way to the ground, basically. Yep, it'll do it into PDX, no problem. It just depends on the approach type and the airline and how they have the plane equipped, basically. Yeah, if you want more CRJ Mafia dress, you should smash that follow button. Helps me out too, gets me closer to 50 followers so I can actually get a sub button. Just starting off trying to grow the community. Unlike Miss Music, she's been doing it a little bit longer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving food. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and
She's
clear
about to
any
start
items
serving
from the
food?
aisle.
We only got 13 minutes till we get there. What's she talking about? It's crazy. All right. Thanks, Dress. It's greatly appreciated, man. Gotta start somewhere. You've been streaming since June, Music? Yeah, I should have started streaming, like, right when the flying pretty much stopped, and I probably could have had a decent following by now, because there's a few other real pilots who started streaming because of all this nonsense with COVID. And they have pretty good followings already. There's the Bahamas out there. It's kind of cool. I actually haven't flown to the Bahamas yet in this sim. Although this isn't going to look nearly as good as Microsoft Sim will. Hey, that's kind of my goal, Dress. Like I said, I'm actually still a certified flight instructor. And I was an instructor pilot in these planes. I was what you call a line check airman in the CRJ 200, 700, and 900. Let's see, after Ray J, then it's Jabib. Jabib is 30 miles after that, and we want to cross that at 2,000. We're at 17, so 15,000 times 3 is 45 miles is when we want to start down. So, yeah, we can actually start down now. It's not going to hurt anything. And we're over international waters, so we can go 250 knots until we're 15 miles offshore. Over 250 knots is what I meant. Oh, 2,000, not 3,000. There is 2,000. It's our ground speed, so we'll do 1,700 feet per minute. Channel is a music channel. That's cool. You'd love a take a sim class. Oh, you'd love to take a sim class. Yeah. Whew. Getting sleepy. I'll press that top descent button. And give it a second, and then I'll do the "We've begun our descent" button just so those are done. And then I'll make my own announcement because I muted the captain on these ones because I was like, you know what? I can do these announcements. There we go. Ding dong. And ladies and gentlemen, from Flight Deck, we've begun our final descent into the Nassau area. Currently about 10 minutes from touching down. Current weather down there, we're showing the winds out of the east at about 5 miles an hour. Beautiful 86 degrees under mostly clear skies. It's been our pleasure to have you on board with us this evening. We hope you enjoy the Bahamas, and we hope to see you on a future Delta Connection flight. Want to take flying lessons, QF? That's cool. It's the SXM live stream. Oh, Juliana's live stream. Yeah, that'd be cool. See, I haven't even flown to Juliana in this game yet, but I think that might be one of the first things I do on Microsoft Flight Sim. All right, how many miles do we have to job? About 32. We need to slow to 250 knots, though, because I bet. So normally we're far enough offshore right now that we actually wouldn't have to slow to 250 knots below 10. But since I'm using self-loading cargo, I'm betting it'll get upset if I don't. So I'm gonna decelerate here. Then I'm gonna take a look at this island off to our right from an outside point of view. Man, that looks like a pretty big island. Given I'm getting lower, but... There's the island we'll be landing on. Can't see the airport yet, though. It's kind of immersion braking. Let's get rid of that for a second. See, this is going to be so nice when my track IR comes in, because I won't need to pull those screens up, because I'll just be able to be looking out that way, and I'll just be able to glance down a little bit, come inside, take a look, and then look back up. There's lots of people that get hooked by flight sims. It's actually what I did before I even started real flight lessons. Then when I was 16, I got a discovery flight lesson and I was hooked. I didn't start flight school until I was actually in college, though, because it's just too expensive. All right, altimeter here is 3002. We're below 10. Lights are on. I'm going to use the prepare the cabin as the coming through 10, and then I'm going to say seats for landing as the cleared for the approach bit. That's what I'm going to do. That's how I'll remember to tell them to sit down. It's all a mind game, right? Yep, the intro flights are not too expensive.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's how they hook
we
ya.
are about to land. Please make sure you are seated with your belts fastened and your trays in the upright position. Any items should be
That's how I
safely
got
stored
hooked.
and remember to turn off all electronic devices until after landing. Thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna yell at me for being over 250 knots below 10. I don't really care though, because we're way offshore. It doesn't matter. "90 foot per minute." Give me that high standard again. My goal isn't necessarily for it to be a butter. I want to not float forever, and I want to not. So I want two things: to not float forever and to have it still be softish. Because so far I've been able to butter it, or I float a while, or it's just I don't float a long time and it just smashes in. There has not been a happy medium on the simulator yet. Alright, how many miles are in between Jabib and Moli? Only 6.2. Okay. Well, here's another question. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just going to be nav mode. That's 1,000 to go. And our rate of descent is going to be about 800 feet per minute on the approach. So I can still vertical speed at 800 and get it pretty close to being like I have an ILS flying it for me. Are we in clouds? What in the world? Where'd the island go? Huh. I mean, I guess it could be getting cooler. So it might actually be an instrument approach at this point. Temperature dew point spread isn't that bad. There it is. There's the runway. But yeah, it kind of looks like it made it hazier. Alrighty, we gotta start slowing her down. I'm just gonna bug ref now. Flaps 20. Or 10, or 8, I mean. Now flaps 20. We're gonna start down at 800 feet per minute. Actually, we're gonna do slightly more than that because it just climbed for some weird reason. Stay at flaps 20 for now. And it's supposed to be 1600 at Moli. So we're actually going to set that and cap that. Going to do this right. Alright, let's bring this up, make life easier on us again here. It's kind of hard to read them on the fly. 3 from final approach fix, gear down, flaps 30. Ding dong, clear to land, be seated for arrival. Which means we also need to turn those on. Accelerate back up to 160 here. Alright, flight attendants are ready, and we were cleared to land by the non-existent ATC. I should probably make a traffic call. Nassau traffic AC 5400 regional jet on a 7-mile final for runway 10. Nassau traffic. Alright, we're going to bring that power back just a little bit. We're going to go flaps 45 for landing. We're going to get ready to smash in that 800 foot per minute. We're actually a touch high, so we'll do the... Oh crap, I need to set the altitude up. So we're going to do 1.5 down just to get the nose coming down, and then back it off to 800 feet per minute. That's going to keep us pretty much right on that glide slope, even though we don't have a glide slope. Is there even a PAPI on this? Yeah, there's PAPI off the left side. Doesn't look like it's working. And we're a touch slow, so let's reduce that rate of descent.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stable spoiler stoke, confirm risk approach altitude set. Let's go autopilot off. Need to reduce our rate of descent just a little bit here. We're getting a touch low. Alright, 500 at about 1.5 miles out. That's exactly what we should be. Though now we're trending a little bit high. Let's power back out, trim down a little bit. Yeah, see, I don't have any vertical guidance, so this is a little different. Landing. This looks good, though. I think I'm a touch high is all, but that's okay. Should hear 50 at the threshold.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
So definitely floated a little bit, got a little high on the rate of descent. Come on. 47 feet per minute. Now that is definitely too soft. But hey, I don't care. There wasn't crazy weather or anything. I'm glad that person's talking on frequency. Nassau traffic, AC 5400 is clearing runway 10 and going to the terminal. Nassau traffic.
Until you are in the terminal building. Thank you.
Yeah. You like how that dude wasn't talking on frequency at all? Just took off of crossing runway without looking. Clear left. Clear right. Yeah, well, don't connect to VATSIM if you're not going to be talking, you know? The whole point is to try and simulate, not just for it to be multiplayer. Alright, flaps up. And the rest of the after landing flow. Off, 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 off. Get the APU up and running. That's off, and that's all good. Nassau traffic, AC 5500 is taxiing to apron 4 via hotel. Nassau traffic. That's right. Time to go have some pina coladas. Traffic in the pattern at Nassau, you should probably be talking on frequency.
Yep, you got a -8 on left base for 14 Nassau traffic.
Gotcha. For a second I was wondering if my radios weren't working.
Yep, I'm up on 162.8 left traffic, 14 about to land Nassau traffic.
Roger, we're clear of all runways, Nassau traffic. There he is! We're gonna park at Alpha 2. Alright, setting the brake. APU took the load, good. We can turn off the other one. Thrust lever, passenger sign, hydraulic pump 3A, beacon, and nose wheel strings off. That's the captain's stuff. FO stuff is pump, pump, probe, and windshields. And they really don't need to wait. If I press the seatbelt sign button, that means they can open the door.
Nassau traffic, go to dash, joining right down with runway 10 Nassau traffic.
Shutdown checklist. Have a good night, dress. See ya, QF. Park brakes on, flaps are up, radars off, electric set, fuel pumps off, anti-ice off, transponders off, thrust levers off, passenger signs off, hydraulic pump 3A off, lights off, nose steering's off, shutdown, checklist complete. And once the passengers are off, we're going to turn it off and we're going to be done for the night. Unless y'all want to see a replay of the landing, then I can do that real quick and then we'll be done for the night. Ooh, I should turn that off. Disconnect from VATSIM. Why do I feel like the air conditioning never cooled it down? I was getting bored of waiting for them. C, yeah, bite me. Not firm enough. Wah. It's fun. It sounds like a helicopter's outside. Forgot to turn off your landing. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Half of it's landing lights, and then that doesn't matter when you're 15 miles offshore. I slowed down by the time we had to. So, tisk tisk. Let's go do our quick landing replay. Oh, that's slow-mo. I was like, that seems really slow.
400.
Minimum.
300.
I need to figure out how to make it so I can do the reverse thrust easier because they don't really work the way they're supposed to. There we have it. Well, it was a good night of flying, y'all. It's great having you with me. That's gonna be the end for tonight. See you next time.